Monday, August 28th, 2023. The time is 6:34. Call the meeting to order. Approval of the agenda. I don't see anything changing here. Approval of the minutes. I'm going to go through here.
Special meeting on the 24th.
Monday, July 24th at 3:30 is just our regular meeting with the engineers for water and
Elliott
road. Where's that?
Wayne Elliott?
Where does it say Wayne?
Present, July 24th, Monday, Wayne Elliott under Stephanie Clark.
Yeah.
And Stephanie wasn't there.
Yeah, so they just, this is Chet doing the minutes, for.
Oh, well,
special.
I'll take the blame on that because I didn't know that we were taking the minutes, so
Okay.
I'd
Okay.
taken old attendances.
July 24th?
Well, you didn't do the July 24th.
No, you're right. My
Okay,
apologies.
so someone did this.
So what
whatever.
Real apologies.
My bad.
Stephanie Clark was not here, Wayne Elliott wasn't here.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna cross those out.
That's no corrections.
All in favor?
Aye.
Monday, July 31st at 3:30. Once again, Stephanie wasn't there and Wayne wasn't there.
Yep.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
No actions taken, it's just a regular. Monday, August 14th, 3:30 in the afternoon.
That one's right.
That one's right, you were here
I
then.
did that one.
All in favor? No action taken. Aye. Monday, August 21st, same thing. No action taken, has the right, whatever. Then this one here came in and this afternoon. I looked through it already, and let me just see which one is that we need to do. So during the meeting, if you can take a look at this, I'm gonna push this one off to later on, okay? Because the 911 appointee, and we need to approve those minutes. These other ones, I'm gonna let stay until the
Okay.
next meeting, okay? But Chris can go through that when we come back.
Yep.
All right, so, select board member concerns, no. Open public comment, Linda is just listening in.
Glass of wine going too.
Nice.
Kinda
Was that beer or wine?
Looks like a
Beer,
American
Linda?
Pale Ale to me.
Is it beer, Linda? Beer? Is it wine? Cider. Oh, up it. Heavy duty. Okay, it's a mixed drink. If there's nothing on the agenda, if it's not on the agenda, does the open public have anything to say right now? I think we're gonna deal with you guys in a little bit, so, okay?
Yep.
So there's no open public. CWSRF loan change and authorization, authorization representative form. That is the water infrastructure financing. And I make a motion to appoint Michael Ramsey as the town manager to be the authorized signature on here.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. You can
Aye.
sign this
Yeah, you can sign that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you just need the majority anyway. So, okay. Adoption of the 2020-23 municipal plan, which we had the hearing last week on, correct?
Yep.
So we went through it all. I don't see any changes to
I
the
don't see any
plan.
changes, and I don't think there's any,
And there was no
Public
input
comment
really,
of any concerns.
whatever. So a motion to adopt the 2020-23 municipal plan. All in favor? Aye. Driveway right-of-way permits. I've got one here for Devin Gullick. I think it says 6120 Barrowstown Road. This is
No,
once,
Lot 20,
oh,
Barrows Town Road.
oh, lot 20.
Oh, it looks like a
okay.
6.
It looks
I
like a
see that.
6. So lot 20, Barrows Town Road, parcel tax map 7-28. This is where
We have a sketch.
we don't really have, we don't have a sketch of it, but we have on the back, the conditions, an 18-inch culvert will be required at this location. Culverts have a minimum of 12-inch of cover. The ditch shall be excavated to ensure consistent flow, whatever. The driveway shall be crowned and graded to ensure all runoff is directed away from the roadway into the ditch line. The driveway shall be at no more than a 5% grade for the first 20 feet from the roadway and perpendicular to the roadway to ensure proper sight distance. Motion to accept.
I would like to have a sketch of it.
Okay.
And that's part of the permit process. So I don't have a problem of approving it on conditions that we do get a sketch sent to us.
So this one, I think, just came in. When are we meeting again?
Well, we can approve of it based
Yeah.
upon,
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve
Mm-hmm.
with a map attached to, or a diagram
yeah.
attached to it.
Yeah, and I can make sure
That's
that
agreeable to the
standard.
manager.
Yeah.
and-
Okay, yeah, I'll make sure that that's standard when we
All in favor?
go forward.
Aye.
Aye. A motion to approve a driveway cut for Zachary Brown, East Mountain Road, parcel, I mean, that's the tax map 37-065. It's not the parcel number, the tax map, that's map number 37, parcel, 065. The parcel normally is the span or whatever, so. This one here does have a diagram on it from Zachary, and then it has the Brown driveway permit conditions, same thing, 24
I think this was well done.
So, yeah. Motion to approve, all in favor? Aye.
When are we getting off of the $15 fee? We had talked about that before.
We talked about a lot of, on the driveway cuts, I mentioned to Michael today
He's gonna have
that,
more than $15
you know,
invested in this.
so, but on the other hand, what we had talked about is that we give driveway permits out, and then nobody goes and checks to see if anything's done. And then, like these things here, they are single-family home sites. It would be really good to start the process of the 911 address at that point, because then they come looking for their 911 addresses when they start building, and then they're in a rush for the address because nobody will come. So for single-family home sites or whatever, we should be doing 911 addresses at the same time as a driveway permit comes in. I think the public works person or whoever is going to be doing this, or town manager, should go out, get the fire department.
Who is doing?
With them.
There's a fire department's doing the 911.
Fire department's doing the
Fire chief.
911, fire chief.
So at that point, maybe on this form, it could say, it needs to go to the fire chief for an assignment of a 911 address, since they're applying for the permit, and then at that point, we have it moving forward.
Right, but then we also talked about that when the driveway is done, that the applicant should contact back, and then at least the town goes out and makes sure there's a 24-inch or an 18-inch culvert put in.
And how do we go about changing this fee structure?
We just, that's something we'll talk to Lucretia about.
Okay.
We'll just have to put it on the agenda one day,
Yeah, we just.
like we just did with a whole bunch of other
He's
fees.
gonna have $15 tied up in fuel going back and forth to look at the thing, so
Yeah.
I just think it makes sense.
So,
We,
okay.
we adjusted everything else, I'm not trying to pick on driveways, we surely want
Right.
to encourage it, but.
So
Let's do
I'm
it
gonna
right.
take this one here.
Yeah,
And
it
I'll sign
it has been a topic that's come up in the office quite a few times the last couple of weeks, and Chet and I, actually, Chet came in the office today and talked about it, and,
About what?
well, about the right-of-way permits, and
Right.
he didn't, the 911 you and I had spoken
Yeah.
about just briefly, but Chet's been speaking to me about adding language in here that requires a post-construction inspection before.
Yeah, well, the state of
permit's
Vermont,
approved.
on Route 4, you have one. They give you a permit to do, and then you have to, it's not a certificate of occupancy, it's like a certificate of completion. So, I know we have a driveway permit, and we're really going through down here, so I think we're gonna get through this really fast, and then we'll go into executive session with you two, okay? On your driveway permit. That sound like a plan?
So it's not exactly driveway permit.
Well, that's why, let's go into, we're on a roll here. I don't have those two driveway permits here, but we did say we were gonna talk to you folks, so let's go into executive session on that. Board of Liquor Control, I don't really see anything here.
We didn't have any to include.
Okay, so we're through that. Town financials, comparative budget. This is for period one. And there's really no questions at this point on it. I do have, but it would be more, I'll bring it up underneath personnel or whatever. Okay? So motion to accept the town comparative budget for July, period one.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. The treasurer's report. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know. So now, when we voted in the vote in March, there's money that's supposed to go over to, and this is the first month, and I don't know if you're gonna know it, but when do we put all the money over?
August.
August?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark and I spoke about that today.
Okay, so, because I see like the receipts, public safety building went over, library memorial funds, swim team went over, and the equipment replacement funds went over, and the land record preservation went over. But all of them, whatever we said in the town
Yeah.
vote, goes over towards the end of August, and that makes sense when we have most of the taxes in for July.
Yeah, we'd started that conversation, and I saw emails going back and forth between Mark and Lucretia. They seem to be making
Okay.
those journal entries.
Okay, motion to approve the restricted funds, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Green Mountain National Golf Course, the budget comparative report. I mean, I think it speaks for itself. We've had a lot of rain in the month of July and August. So I see period one, like the green fees are down $19,000, almost $19,000. You know, the cart fees are down about $6,000. Memberships are up. Okay.
It's the swimming lessons.
Lessons, $5,100 in lessons? I guess they're not on the golf course, so they're getting lessons or whatever. It's, you know, $4,500 or whatever higher. You know, it looks like the range is getting used the same amount. It's up a little bit. You know,
Pro
So-
shop sales aren't bad either.
yeah, $31. But, oh no, down below 11,000, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, so the total pro shop, we're off by about $19,000. Revenue on the restaurant, we're down $30,000 on the restaurant, which is the same, like nobody there, okay? And then on the expenses, on the maintenance, we're up 4,000 on
No,
the,
we're down 10,000 on the,
let's see.
Beer.
no, we're
Oh.
down 10,000 total on the total restaurant. We went from 44.
I'm looking at maintenance up
No, you said
here.
we were down on the restaurant,
Oh,
34,000. We're not. We're only off 10,000.
Oh, okay, I jumped down to
Yeah.
total revenue, sorry.
Yeah, I see it, your
Yeah,
total
okay.
restaurant.
Yeah, we're down 10,000, I jumped down further.
Okay.
Okay, total maintenance or whatever, we're up like 4 grand. The pro shop, we're up 2 grand. The restaurant, we're up almost 5 grand, $4,500
And we're in expenditures now,
on
right?
expenditures,
Yeah.
right? You know, so total expenditures, we're up $14,000. You know, in the past, all I know, Michael, is if you can talk to them, that when you have that many rainy days, usually The restaurant's not in there, and the grounds crew aren't in there, so where's that?
You had a lot, looks like went towards irrigation repair and maintenance.
Yeah. We really need our irrigation system working this year. So, so motion to accept the Green Mountain National Golf Course comparative budget. We're just asking those questions, Michael. All in favor? Aye. The treasurer's report for the golf course, motion to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I mean, they're still holding on to $542,000 in the pro shop and $64,000 in the restaurant. Manager's report. You've given us the manager's report. You just want to give to whoever's listening in.
Yeah, just kind of quickly let people know where we're at, what's happening in the town manager's office and elsewhere. The source well permit for 1 and 2 has been submitted. That was just because of the change in ownership and the town having an easement there. They think that'll be a pretty quick review. $8.4 million bond docs have been submitted to Moscoma. We had a pre-construction meeting with Markowski. There might be some tree removal this year, right? But most of the work's going to happen in next spring.
Yeah.
Really, really big news, if no one has heard it yet, Lisa Davis has been subbing as the town's planner, and she was able to get us awarded a $2.25 million Northern Borders Regional Commission grant for the Killington Forward project. Biggest grant that the state that program's ever given out in Vermont. So
It's
really
$1
impressive.
million to the water and $1.25 million
Yeah.
to the road.
Yeah. Work's still happening at New Town Hall to get it fitted for staff, and then all of our equipment. So we had finance director interviews. We had a pretty competitive group of people there, which we're excited to see. And then I've also started kind of meeting with different department heads and even, other staff members. A lot of stuff happening with FEMA, but the big news is Chet and I had a meeting with our assigned project manager. It was just a phone call meeting, and then he is supposed to come here next week, and we'll get a better idea of how the projects will be split up. Once he gets eyes on the emergency repairs we've made, then what happens next is we can start talking reimbursement for that emergency repairs, which we're kind of pushing 600, and then we can 600,000, and then we can start bidding out the projects for rehabilitation, and stabilization. Nicole Kisselring has already given us a scope, so we just need to make sure that FEMA agrees with that scope, and then we'll put it out to bid accordingly.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the Spartan race, I think, a little bit later. Yeah, and then outside meetings, select board meeting, and then we had the scoping study for the trail, which was very well attended. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, but that's kind of the highlights of the week.
And I like this.
Yeah, I do
Good?
too.
Okay. Try to keep it to a page,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just
so you know what's happening.
kind of notes of what's going on. I think
Okay.
it's great.
East Mountain Road update and planning for Spartan race. Is number 13. So we still have East Mountain Road closed from the Sky Ship to Bear Mountain Road. The Spartan race, I believe, is September 16th and 17th. I spoke with Mosier, and I've spoken with Nicole Kissering, okay? And underneath the emergency mode now, what we can do is we can get the Jersey barriers put up on the shoulders of those two areas, one down low, and then they call it Ragusa's Corner up on top right after that, on the right, going up on the right-hand side. the first one's on the left, I believe, then it goes around and it's on the right. Get signs up that say one way, okay? You don't need stoplights or, like traffic lights, because Nicola says there's plenty of one-way bridges where you just have to wait and whatever. The 16th and 17th, the resort is pushing for that event to be held, which means a lot to everybody in town, business-wise. And they want to run buses, which they do because they have all the parking down there. So I'm suggesting that the 16th and 17th, the traffic is shut down just to the buses, so they can move back and forth. And at that point, we open the road to regular traffic right after Spartan race. As we put this plan together, because the plan that you're talking about with Chet and Nicole, I mean, by the time you get that all together and approved by FEMA, and then you put it out to bid or whatever, I don't know, it could be another 4, 5, 6 weeks after. I'm not sure what the timeline is.
Well, yeah, and then you think we get bids out, and even if we get bids out in winter, I mean, work's not gonna start until.
So then we would be operating with no guardrails for,
Well, the guardrails would be, anywhere there was guardrails would be Jersey barriers,
okay?
and it's covered
That would
underneath
leave that
FEMA.
for the winter.
And, I mean, if we don't have it, Mosier says that he believes that we can still get the guardrails in and get skim coat on the pavement for the plow guys to be able to plow instead of having all that rough stuff. And then next year, we go in and we start doing the culverts and,
Do it right.
do it right, turn the material over and do it right. Nicole thinks that we can still, if everything flew right, we can get the culverts in and then do the skim coat. So let's give it another week and see where we're at. You say you have meetings. But I would like us to find out, do we go to Craig or do we go to our own guys to get the Jersey barriers to put them up? My personal belief is that our own guys, they're doing a lot of other work everywhere else. I would just say, let's order the concrete barriers and just get them placed.
I've been down there twice, but we were kind of leading tours, so I wasn't looking very
Yeah, I'll
hard.
take you around for a
Have
ride
they
and
done a
show
lot of
you.
shoulder repair down there already? Does a lot more shoulder repair need to be made before they can put?
I'm told no, that they, Casella did down below,
Okay,
and then Craig did kind of up above Ragusa's corner.
okay.
So,
I wonder if we could put guardrails back as part of emergency.
I think we should talk to Craig and to,
Well, I'll ask I know, if it impacts your local economy, it can be lumped up into emergency, so maybe we could get Mosier to put the.
yeah, Mosier was
Guardrails
just
back.
like more, you putting the guardrails in, and then you're taking them out to do all that other stuff, and then it's kind of like,
Oh, yeah.
and then if you're gonna be doing some paving,
would
so you
we-
can't really put the guardrails in and then do paving, you gotta get the paving down and then the guardrails. So I think that's the thought process between there. So I think we should sit down with Ricky and with Craig
Okay.
and just go
I
through.
really think it's something that we should farm out to Moyer so
Yeah.
that these guys are better prepared for winter.
Yeah.
But I also, are we talking about having only one lane of travel open at that point?
For
The winter?
no, not for the
Okay.
winter. We can't have that for the winter.
Okay, so
We
they
need
will
2
be able to
lanes.
establish,
That's,
2 lanes.
we need to talk to and get, so the goal is like, Nicole thinks we're gonna be able to get culverts in and it's September.
it's a lot.
It's September. I think we're better off sticking with what culverts we have there now and getting the skim coat down and getting the guardrails up. Or even if it means at that point, getting the skim coat down and moving the barriers out so it's 2 lanes. So that's a discussion we have to have
Okay.
with those. But I like it when somebody's ambitious and says we're gonna have it all done, so I can't kick that down.
Regardless.
Let's wait and
So,
see.
if anybody wants to park at Bear Mountain during the
They
Spartan
have to
race-
come around the other side.
Great.
So during Spartan race, it will only be buses. We need to talk to our police department and we need to talk to our fire department and schedule them for those 2 days to be
We
there.
should probably beforehand, I mean, they usually do it anyway, but have a good safety meeting that the town's present at, just
Yeah.
since we're opening up the
Right.
road and
Yeah,
making sure all the entities are there.
So-
And then, Michael, you know what's going on.
Mhm.
okay. Citizens input.
I would
Oh,
order-
Patrick Kirsching's looking
I
to come
would
in.
really order those barriers pretty quick. 'cause-
Jeff, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's the
Michael,
first.
Patrick Cushing's looking to come in.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, and when we meet next week, I'll see which, what we can expedite and what we can't, but I definitely agree with you, we need to get the Jersey Bears. Yeah.
Jersey, one way away.
They'll get 'em.
But I mean, it is important because September 16th is around the
I know,
block.
Yeah,
It is one of the big events for all the Airbnbs and everybody else or whatever, you know. So, Patrick, you're the only public person on Zoom. Do you have any, we're in our second citizens input. The meeting today was really basic stuff because Steve Finneran was not gonna be here today, so,
Oh, okay. No, I'm good. I was just seeing what was going on.
okay.
So I'm all set.
Other business, any other business?
I forgot to mention during the manager's report that we went to the Mission Farm
Okay, so.
Meadow
You
Music
good on
Festival.
the
That was
other
a good
business?
time. It's good. Yeah, it
Okay.
was just a nice event.
So, with that, I'm gonna say that we go into executive session at 6:59.
Oh, my apologies. I just noticed something here at the bottom. We've got next regular select board meeting scheduled for Monday, September 11th.
Yeah,
We want to do that or reschedule? We can talk later.
we talk later about that.
Okay.
We're gonna have another meeting anyway, and whatever.
It's not like we stick to a schedule.
Michael and I are going up to see Stephanie on September 11th.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, that's her first day back to work.
Cool.
So we're gonna get her up to speed and introduce to Michael. So we're gonna go into executive session at 7 PM.